Yo, what is going on, my fellow WWE fans? This is your boy Hollywood Steve back with another video. Alright, this week we're going to be talking about NXT from Tuesday night. So let's get right into the review. So, worlds collide, and so do egos, alliances, and also women's factions. So this week's NXT was basically a pre-party for Worlds Collide. And like any good pre-party, there was good music, the crowd was hot, and a surprise guest. Hello, Mariah May. Yes. And one dude who showed up, dominated, and left with the champagne. Trick Williams, guys. Yep, Trick. With TNA stars crossing over, a women's division boiling over, and Ethan Page still yelling about being underappreciated despite holding a title, NXT gave one final hype injection before Saturday's big show on YouTube. So let's break it all down. The main event, we're going to start with the main event. The main event was Trick Williams versus Mike Santana for the TNA World Championship. Champion versus champion, not for the title. Just not title for title. Trick Williams stepped into the main event against TNA. Trick Williams is the TNA World Champion right now. So, Trick stepped into the ring against Mike Santana. And while it wasn't exactly Ric Flair versus Ricky Steamboat, it was high impact, intense, and carried the vibe of two guys who know that they're the dude in their companies. Santana brought his signature grit, but Trick had the crowd, the momentum, and, oh yeah, AJ Francis and Casey Navarro at ringside. The ref somehow missed a ringside distraction. Casey yanked Santana's leg, and Trick hit the trick shot for the win. So your winner was Trick Williams, and post-match, AJ Francis and Casey Navarro and Trick Williams stood tall, and of course, typical, signature Booker T screamed, "That boy got a unit now," and referring to Trick Williams and Casey Navarro and AJ Francis, formerly Top Dollar in WWE. Now, this feels like a shot across the bow of TNA. NXT's champ just pinned, Trick Williams just pinned another TNA guy, right? And Trick Williams being the TNA champion. Not clean, not fair, but definitively pinned him. Next, we got Mariah May's debut, and she wrecks the women's segment. Fatal Influence, Lola Vice, Jada Parker, Carmen Petrovich, and Kalani Jordan were all in the ring doing their usual "we run this division" promo. When the lights dimmed, a new theme hit, and standing up on the balcony deal that they have at NXT was Mariah freaking May. Yes, Mariah stinking May, guys. I mean, she didn't have much to say. She grabbed the mic, looked Lola up and down, and said, "I've been to AEW, I've been to Japan, I've seen real threats. This is Instagram cosplay." And the crowd went wild, and and Fatal Influence stood there stunned. If there were any doubts about whether Mariah May could hang, they were shattered right there. And Mariah May ended the promo saying, "This division just got glamorous." And it looks like Mariah versus Lola Vice is coming pretty soon. It's coming much sooner than later. And don't be surprised if Mariah leapfrogs the entire division within just a couple of weeks. And don't be surprised if within that 2-week period we get Mariah May versus Jacy Jayne for the NXT Women's Championship, and Mariah May beats Jacy Jayne for the Women's Championship. Just don't be shocked if that don't be shocked if that happens. Just don't be surprised if that happens, guys, because I am pretty sure that will happen much sooner than later. And then we get Ethan Page in the ring, and he talks and talks. The new NXT North American champion hit the ring for a live promo ahead of his Fatal 4-Way this Saturday at Worlds Collide. And what was his message? "I beat Wes Lee. I beat Obafemi. I carry the charisma, the look, the merch. I am the mid-card king. And this Saturday, I turn that title into the main event." And he got interrupted by graphics hyping his opponents. Which are Laredo Kid and a couple other guys from NXT, another guy from NXT, and I cannot remember who else is on that card again in Worlds Collide on Saturday. But I know we got a AAA guy, and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. And of course, no one else came out. So Paige took that as a victory, right? So solid promo. Paige always had the mic game, and he's finally using it on a big stage. And then the Chase U reboot, it rolls on. Andre Chase is still on. Well, he's not on sabbatical anymore. He's back. He doesn't have Riley Osborne or Thea Hale anymore. I am drawing a blank on the two names of the guys. If you guys can let me know in the comments down below who the new Chase U guys are, that would be awesome. But I'm drawing a blank on who the new Chase U guys are. But they had a match, and Chase U, okay. Chase U, I don't think this reboot's going to go really well. And the calling, are they imploding? And probably it's about time. Tavion Heights wasn't the only one taking a loss tonight. Sean Spears tried to rally the calling in a backstage meeting, but tension was thick. Izzy Dame hit Brooks Jensen in the back of the head, in the back with the chair, and said if you're not 100% in, then you don't belong here. And that was that, and Brooks Jensen just kind of got left laying. You know, so I mean, overall, I mean, you know, Jacy Jayne, like I said, Jacy Jayne and Fatal Influence were in the ring along with Kalani Jordan, Lola Vice, Jordan Grace, you know, everybody from the women's division on NXT, and like I said, out comes Mariah May. And I thought, you know, this was a pretty solid, you know, this was a pretty solid episode of NXT. You know, it deserves an A minus. You know, you know what worked. Trick versus Santana. You know, it definitely felt like a real main like a real main event. I mean, it was really good. Mariah May's debut, that definitely stole the show. I mean, the reception she got was off the chart. Ethan Page finally being treated like a top tier player. The women's division definitely has some depth, but there's also some conflict, and there's also some conflict in characters with some definite heat for sure. What needs work? The calling angle is definitely dragging. Spears is trying, but it's just not clicking. It really is not. It's never clicked from the time that they tried to do this. It's never really clicked from day one. I didn't like it. I didn't like it from day one. But anyway, but too many short matches. You know, in a 2 hour pacing. You know, and it just kind of felt rushed in parts. But Fatal Influence promo can feel kind of samey, you know, without a fresh target, which now Mariah May is that fresh target, and I definitely feel she is gonna go right to the top. She is going to dethrone Jacy Jayne, and Mariah May is going to become the next NXT Women's World Champion, and as she should. So, my final thoughts. This was the go home NXT episode before Worlds Collide on Saturday, and it did exactly what it needed to do. You know, Trick stays strong, Mariah makes waves, Ethan Page sets the table, and the women's division finally feels like everyone is playing for keeps. Everybody finally in that women's division finally feels like, okay, we are top tier talent. We are the top tier women's division in wrestling right now, and we all want to go for that title, which I thought was great. Worlds Collide is this Saturday, and I'll definitely be watching. But definitely based on Tuesday's NXT episode, the NXT's already points ahead. I mean, it's going to be... Worlds Collide is going to be really, really, really good. Really good. Really good. It's going to be pretty awesome. In the next video, guys, I will have a rundown of the Worlds Collide match card, and I will give you guys my thoughts on what's going to go down in 3 days, and what I think of the WWE and AAA partnership, and WWE buying AAA. I'll let you guys know my thoughts on that. But anyway, guys, this is Hollywood Steve signing off. I will catch you guys in the next one. I'll see you guys next time. And remember, when you're Hollywood Steve, it's just too sweet.